Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Microwave Engineering. In the last video, we learned about the various active and the passive microwave devices. Now from this particular video, we are going to start the new chapter. It's a microwave measurements. Now as we know that microwave measurements in that we need to measure the various power, impedance, refraction coefficient and other parameters related to the microwaves. The microwave system, which consists of the generation of the microwaves through which the transmission as well as receptions of the microwaves through the microwave receiver. It consists of the two components. One is the microwave in the electric field and other one that is the magnetic field. The electric field, okay, it is the volt per meter we are measuring, and the magnetic field ampere per meter. So this way we have the electric field and the magnetic field, okay, and the measurement that should be required to measure all the components. We know that while we talk about the low frequency, at the low frequency the measurements, that's very easy, because in that we can do the open circuit, we can do the short circuit at any of the end, and we have the variety of the devices to measure all this thing. But while we talk about the high frequency, this measurement that could be quietly the complex one, because we cannot do the short circuit or the open circuit at the particular end. At the low frequency, we know that we can use the lumped element, okay, and we can identify those elements, we can connect it, we can measure the voltage and the current, and from the voltage and current you can measure the power. But at the high frequency, we may go for the use of the distributed element, and again distributed element, we can't do the open circuit, short circuit, and we know that the finding out the parameter that can be quite the difficult one. So in this particular chapter, we need to study about all the things, that is how to measure power in case of microwave, how to measure the VSWR, impedance measurement, frequency measurement, measurement of the cavity Q, okay, measurement of the wavelength. So these all are the things that we have to be careful while we deal at the high frequency. So in the low frequency circuit parameter such as the voltage, current, etc. that can be measured, and from this impedance, power factor and the phase angles that can be also calculated. At the higher microwave frequency, it is more convenient to measure the power instead of the voltage and the current. So directly the power measurements, the available devices, okay, we can do it. So property of the devices and the circuits at the microwave frequency, that is characterized by the S parameter, power, frequency and the VSWR and the noise figure. As we know that the S parameter, okay, the logic variables are the traveling waves, and using the incident wave, reflected wave, we are able to find out what is the reflection coefficient, what is the VSWR. So it may be the more easier to use the S parameter in finding out all the parameters. We know that we can't go for the Z parameter, Y parameter, H parameter, ABCD parameter. in case of the microwaves. Direct microwave measuring devices are the vector network analyzer, spectrum analyzer and the power meter. So due to the complications and the high cost, microwave measurements in the lab are often carried out using the 1 kHz square wave modulating signal, which modulates the microwave test signals. The important measurement devices are tunable detector, VSWR meter. Okay, so the tunable detector, why it is used? So it is used to demodulate the signal, and demodulated output that is used to couple the required output to high frequency scope analyzer. Low frequency demodulated output that is also detected using the non-reciprocal detector diode, which is mounted in a microwave transmission line. Another component, which is the slotted line section. The slotted line section in which the line carriage is there. Okay, and it's the microwave cross section coaxial line connecting a coaxial E-field probe which penetrates inside a rectangular waveguide slotted section. The longitudinal cut along the center of the waveguide broad walls, okay, where the probe is connected, and via this particular probe, okay, the electric field, okay, that is the proportional to the probe voltage, we can also measure. So these are the main purpose of the slotted line with the line carriage. For determination of the location of the voltage, standing wave maxima and the minima along the line, and measure the VSWR and the standing pattern, the wavelength can be used, can be measured, the impedance, reflection coefficient and the return loss management that can be done by using the slotted line section. Another device, which is VSWR meter. We know that we need to find out the V maxima, V minima, putting all the values in the equation. We can also find out the VSWR. But directly the VSWR meter is available, which is a highly sensitive, high gain, low noise voltage amplifier, which is tuned at the frequency of the 1 GHz, of which microwave signals are modulated. And this meter indicates calibrated VSWR reading for any load. So we can go for the slotted line section, VSWR meter, tunable detector for the microwave measurement. The option and during the laboratory, we must go for the use of the microwave test bench, where all the microwave components are connected. So here you can see this is the diagram of the microwave test bench. So microwave test bench, you can see from that side there is a microwave generation devices, which includes the microwave power supply. That is, if we go for the gun diode, we need a gun power oscillator, we need a gun power supply, we need the gun diode, and as due to the temperature effect, it may affect the diode working. So that is why the adjustable, the fan that is used. So that three things are there from that side: power supply, then the fan, over here the microwave diode. In case of the other power generation, okay, the klystron that can be also used, and for the klystron power supply that may be used. Then the second thing, that is about the tunable detector. Okay, so tunable detector, by varying that we can vary the frequency, vary the particular frequency. Over here, the next is what? This is the microwave frequency meter. So by using this, we can vary the frequency. This is the slotted line section. It is over here, there is a slotted line. By varying the position of this, we may see the performance of the wave at the particular point, the behavior of the wave. By which, so over here you can see that this is the tunable probe is connected, and this tunable probe that is connected via the coaxial cable through this VSWR meter. So this is by varying this particular the rotator, okay, you can vary the position and you can find out the V maxima, V minima of the particular waves. Here we can connect the VSWR meter. You can also connect the CRO, okay, and by which you can do the measurement of the particular waves. So this way, what we have the various, the component, okay, like the waveguide component, okay, we have the tunable detector, we have a frequency meter, we need other accessories like connecting all the components, the screws are required, then the matching load is required. So by connecting all the components, we can make the microwave test bench and the parameters that can be also clear. So this way, we need to learn about the measurement of the power, measurement of the impedance, okay, and the other parameters related to the microwaves. So in the next video, we will learn about all these things in detail. So thank you very much, everyone.